Good evening and thanks for tuning into News 20. I'm Aaliyah Wilkerson.
And I'm Shay Simon. Now to the headlines. A home in Tallahassee went up in flames over the weekend. The blaze began around 10 p.m. on Saturday night, according to authorities. Firefighters were called to the home not far from Scenic Road and Ivan Drive after a neighbor called reporting flames were coming from the back of the home. 4 fire stations were required to put the fire out. Estimated damage from the fire is expected to exceed $200,000. No one was hurt in the blaze, and the cause of the fire is still under investigation. Another family is also searching for a new place to live this evening following a fire at their home off of Bayberry Drive in Tallahassee. As Belinda J. Wesley tells us, through the devastation, there is one great act of kindness.
I lost everything.
That's Johnston Noble, the owner of this mobile home. It caught fire over the weekend. He and his family of 10 escaped the clutches of the blaze. 7 of the 10 are children. Everything they owned is gone.
Do what I can for while she in there.
You can see the wreckage behind me. A mobile home was destroyed due to electrical issues. Now the family is separated and one is still in the hospital.
It happened so fast. It literally happened within like 5 or 10 minutes.
Terry Waters, a neighbor, took it upon herself to care for the children while their grandmother is recovering in the hospital and their father makes plans for new housing.
There was smoke, and there was screams, and then there was flames, and then there was nothing.
The smell of smoke still in the air, and Johnston is still shaken up about his home and his family being separated.
It's just hard for me to talk about it because I'm in shock. I know I work hard for this. I worry about her, worry about the kids. I got to do what I can for while she in there.
I'm trying my best until their grandmother gets home. So that's what that is. Like, why split a family into 3 different households when they can go into one?
Johnston says their home may be gone, but this is not their end. He believes together they will come back stronger and is thankful for a neighbor who cares. In Tallahassee, Belinda J. Wesley, News 20.
And if you would like to help, donations for the family can be dropped off at the School of Arts and Sciences off Thomasville Road in Tallahassee.
In a more serious turn of events, a man was hit and killed on Sunday afternoon. The man, 34-year-old Andrew Chester, was walking alongside North Monroe Street when he was hit by an SUV. Chester died at the scene. As a result, traffic was diverted onto Fred George Road until troopers finished clearing the scene. In this continuing coverage, you may remember the death of a Florida State student, Andrew Coffey, who died at an off-campus party, triggered a ban of the university's Greek life. Well, the Greeks are back. President Thrasher allowed for recruitment and philanthropy events, but has not yet lifted the ban on social events and alcohol. Thrasher let students know that despite the partial lift of the ban, that there will be real changes in campus culture. The president is working with fraternity and sorority leadership to develop guidelines for Greek activities. Medical marijuana delivery in Tallahassee is now available to registered patients through participating licensed dispensaries. It is now possible to have your cannabis products delivered if you choose this option. The number of dispensaries that discreetly deliver marijuana products in Tallahassee and throughout North Florida is growing as the program expands. I am not a huge fan of the legislator telling us what's in our best interest, Mayor Andrew Gillum said. We ought to be the ones determining what is best for us, what is best for Tallahassee. Be My Neighbor Day happened over the weekend. I went out with my camera and was able to capture the beauty of Tallahassee through its people.
There's also a read and stroll activity.
A trip on the trolley, a splash in the pond, and a neighborhood bond. WFSU Media took over downtown Tallahassee this weekend with only one remark in mind: be my neighbor. The second annual Be My Neighbor event brought the Tallahassee community together to know one another, but the kids, they were just excited to see their friend, Daniel Tiger.
Did you see Daniel the Tiger yet?
Yeah.
Yeah? Was he cool?
Yeah.
And he got the toy trainers.
Children were excited to spend quality time with their furry friend. Parents and guardians, well, they were just excited to have a place where kids could release some energy.
With their families and, the family to help, help the children and get interactive and get their energy out, because I know they're full of energy.
WFSU has even partnered with the Tallahassee Fire Department and the Tallahassee Police Department to show kids what heroes really look like.
The city provided 4 trolleys that link all the sites. It's just for this event. And every stop has fun activities for families, and we're really encouraging activities that support being a good neighbor.
And if you missed out this weekend, the next opportunity for this is next year. However, organizers say it's never too late to ask someone to be your neighbor.
It was great to see the Tallahassee community come together in a fun and creative way.
And on to the results of last night's Super Bowl game. For that, we turn to our sports director, Brandon Jones. Well, I just watched for the commercials, Brandon, but how did the game turn out?
Yes, Shay, while the Super Bowl commercials were great, I'd have to say the game was even better. Late in the game, it looked like the New England Patriots were going to complete the comeback like they've done so many times before. The Pats took the lead with a Gronkowski touchdown, but the Eagles responded on the next drive, with Nick Foles leading the way. Foles connected with Zach Ertz, who dove into the end zone to reclaim the lead, and the Eagles went on to win their first Super Bowl 41-33. I'll have more on the big game later in the show.
This marked the NFL's 52nd annual Super Bowl, and this is the Eagles' 3rd appearance at the sporting event and first win for the Philadelphia-based team. Thanks for that report, Brandon. More sports later on.
Coming up on News 20.
2 men have been arrested in connection to a shipment of fentanyl, and Wells Fargo is in deep trouble.
Stay tuned. You're watching News 20.